Alright guys, today we're going to be discussing sealing the cracks in your driveway or fixing the cracks in your driveway before you put the driveway sealer on. Very important. Don't just put sealer over cracks, it's not going to work. So first of all, we got this trowel patch. I got this at Home Depot. This stuff's good. You basically take a trowel. It's like looks like mortar. You scoop it out, put it over the crack, smooth it out, and it dries super hard and pretty fast too. And so far I've had a good experience with this. So this is the first year I'm trying it, so we'll see how it holds up over the winter, but it feels good after it dries. This is just an example of some caulks that you might need if you have like a crack that's a little wider than what you think the sealer might be able to, because this stuff's usually thicker. I didn't use this brand yet, but I used the Henry's, and I also used the Sika. The Sika was a little bit more liquidy, and the Henry's was nice and thick, depending on what kind of crack you have. So, not sure about this brand yet. This is the Home Depot crack filler. We did use this, obviously you can see it. Liquidy, and I'll show you some examples of all this stuff. This is for deeper cracks that like utility line cuts, or like 1 inch wide by, let's say, ½ inch or more deep. You put this stuff in, it's more like a gravel. Again, I'll show you examples of how to apply that. So the stuff we liked also for what it's used for, and this is the stuff that you burn in, so you need a torch. And I used this last year. I'll show you an example of it. Honestly, it's good, but I didn't use it this year because it's annoying to burn it in, and also you got to get the right diameter. There's different thicknesses over here, so you got to get the right one for your application. But honestly, with these other solutions here, I didn't use that this year. So all right, now we're going to start looking at some examples. All right guys, we're just going to go through some examples now. Crack repairs. So this is the trowel fix. I like this stuff a lot. Super hard. This was like a ditch right here, and filled it in with that. And then you can see this is just the regular crack filler here, the one that you pour out of the bottle. Much thinner, only good for like smaller cracks. And this here, I think this is more of that. See, this is the trowel stuff. You can see how it dries differently. It's regular crack filler, pour kind, and this is the trowel stuff before it's fully dry. See how it goes on in a brown, and you can fill like all this like rocky areas where the pavement's like broken up. You can fill it with that. This is the the Quikrete Blacktop repair. So this is good for the big gaps, like this was a utility cut. You don't want to fill that with any kind of liquid filler because this is too deep and too wide. This is an example right here. This was the STIX one that you melt in with a torch. So that worked out pretty good here. And then this is like some regular, crack filler poured over that. And then this is the Quikrete stuff. This was actually done the prior year. This is new. This right here is the Henry's caulk. It's pretty good. It feels a little soft though, and this was actually done 2 weeks ago. So honestly, for a crack this big, I wouldn't use this anymore. I would use the trowel stuff. I'm really liking that. And this right here is this is the other caulk, the Sika one, much thinner. Here's an example of the masonry caulk. Sorry, not masonry caulk. The trowel filler. This stuff's good. And right here I used the trowel patch to fix. There was actually a ditch here from a rock that the tire drove over. Left a ditch in the asphalt. So you can see super hard here. And you can barely even notice it. Once the sealer goes on, it's going to cover everything up. And this is an example of the crack filler that you pour out. Still a little pliable. This stuff honestly doesn't really last, and it starts to break up. Okay, now over here we have the asphalt repair, and this part was really bad. And then over here, this was all like little breaks in the concrete that it was getting really brittle. So I put the trowel patch over the top. Now it's like super hard. But they weren't deep enough to warrant this stuff. This is another example of the Quikrete. One thing I have to say though, it's been like 2 weeks, and certain spots like right there, you can still kind of move it a little bit. They say you can't seal your driveway for at least 30 days after you use this stuff for it to allow it to fully cure. So just keep that in mind. And it's kind of annoying, man. Rocks get everywhere. They get on your feet. Then when you go inside, you know, I actually got some on the tile. People track it inside, so just be careful with that. And there's an example of the Quikrete stuff in the gap between the house and where the asphalt starts. Yeah, see, this is one of the bigger cracks, and it filled in really nicely with the asphalt repair. I'll show you some other ones. So that's the regular asphalt caulk, like that little section right there. You can't even really see it, but right there. And then this is the asphalt repair, same as over there. This is a huge crack there. Fill that in nicely. This is regular, the bottle crack filler. It's not the it's not the caulk. It just pours out. This is more of the asphalt repair, as you can see. And then that's caulk smeared around. And that's caulk. Of course, the landscapers came and blew grass all over the place. That's caulk there, and then this is the bottle sealer, I believe. It's a little bit different texture, but it works. I mean, you got to mix it good and get the right one. So I'll show you all the stuff I used. All right, so this is the asphalt repair. That's the stuff that looks like the rocks and the big cracks. Then this one was more liquidy. We didn't like it that much. This one is more like caulk texture, so it fills in, you know, pretty good. And this is the, well, you can't really see it, 2X. I got this crack filler. I got this at Home Depot. It's like their Latex-ite or something brand, and a couple of different hammers and stuff to tamp the. This is what the asphalt repair looks like. So you need, like, you know, something like this. You can kind of turn it this way, bang it into, tamp the, that stuff has to be tamped into the crack. You should probably use like a trowel. This thing came in really handy. It's a small trowel. We broke one of these. Had to get another one. This was the main one for scooping out of there and putting it in the crack. You might need this to clean out your joints a little bit, or make your joints a little bit wider, a little more square. You need a caulk gun. This is the tamp I used to smash it down. Obviously clean up. Also, get a leaf blower is really good to use to, you know, blow everything off, and it helps clear this stuff off there when it's, you know, you're gonna get these little rocks everywhere. The leaf blower helps with that. So yeah, that's about it. Different ways to repair different cracks. You need all these different tools, so all these different types of repairs. And I hope this helps someone. If so, like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. Thank you.